Hello everybody and welcome back to Robert's Reviews. Today is the 5th day in the Saw series, which is very long. There's 8 movies so far, not including Spiral, which I should have a review for probably Sunday, if I get time to go actually watch it, because I do have to drive like an hour to get to the nearest open movie theater, and I don't even know if they're going to be playing Spiral, but I assume they will be. But yeah, we're on day 5. We're trucking along. I've watched 3 a day so far, so that's kind of impressive. But today we're going to be talking about Saw 5. Saw 5 was released in 2008. It was written by Patrick Melton and Marcus Dunstan and directed by David Hackle. We've seen these writers before in the previous film. This director is new to the series, and as far as I can tell, this is the only one he's directed. I don't know who directed the 7th one or Jigsaw yet, but I'll find that out today. But I think this is the only one he did. And essentially, this one follows Detective Hoffman again, as he's rescuing somebody from the traps from the previous night, right? And Detective Strom is framed by him, right? And everyone thinks that it's Strom, but we all know that Strom is not the person, because Strom is dead. And, like, there's these 5 people in this weird trap, okay? And they're trying to figure out something that's, like, in connection with them. And, like, the thing that connects them is that they were all somehow, even, like, just, like, kind of stringly attached to the murder of innocent people from burning down a building, right? Which, first of all, none of them, well, I guess one of them did, but, like, most of them didn't know that there were people in the building, and they thought it was abandoned. And, like, at that point, it technically isn't murder, it's manslaughter, which is different, right? It is different. It sounds the same, but it's different. It definitely is different. And I feel like they just kind of wash over that. They're like, yep, they killed him. And it's like, yeah, kind of, but, like, not even all of them were really that attached to it. There are some people we don't even know if they were attached to it, technically, because they died too early. And, like, I didn't like the trap, for the most part. A lot of the individual traps in this longer trap didn't make sense. They didn't seem to flow and connect to one another, especially at the ending where they, like, alright, slight spoilers, where they have to go back to the beginning, and, like, and they have to cut their arm down the center, and it's like, okay, big deal, like, and who would have logically actually thought to go back to the beginning at that point? Like, they were like, oh, let's go back to the beginning and see if something's changed, and then it just did, and it's like, what? No, I don't believe it. And it just didn't work for me, especially considering that had nothing to do with the actual story of the film, which was about Hoffman trying to make sure that Strom is framed, right? And it's like, I almost wish we just got a movie about Strom and Hoffman without any traps or anything, which I understand is why people come to Seesaw, but, like, but, like, we're at this point where we can actually have character development and, like, all that kind of stuff and move it along. We want these movies to be interesting. We don't want traps for the sake of there being traps. We want traps because they are cool and that they make sense in terms of what's going on in the movie, right? And these 5 people just have almost no relation until the very ending, when, like, and the endings of these movies are getting worse and worse. Like, they're like, it's the same thing, where, like, oh, twist, and it's like, yeah, I know there's a twist, but, like, goddamn, like, is it that big of a deal? It's really annoying. It's hard to exactly put into words what I mean here when I say that they're literally just getting worse because the relativity between them is the same, right? So each movie, right, they have this ending where they have a lot of really crazy editing, and then we're like, big change, big mystery twists, and it's like, ugh, I know. Like, we figured this out by now. For the first, like, 2 or 3 films, the endings were really cool because, like, for one, we had no idea it was coming. And for 2, they were really well thought out and made our brains go. But now, at this point, we're, like, ready to expect it, and, like, it's just kind of boring and unnecessary at this point. I wish we just had a straight movie that had better relativity. let's talk about some of the acting with Costas Mandylor as Hoffman. So he's reprising his role again, and he's fine. He's not good. He's not great. As mentioned in my past video, he's fine. His character is not fun at all, but I think he's okay. Scott Patterson as Strom. He's a big deal in this one, and I think he's better than him. And I like the ending where he gets crushed. I think it's the ending of this one where he gets crushed. I'm pretty confident, and it was a cool thing. The only issue that I had with it was that the special effects were awful. I assume they did practical. But the blood they used is way too thick, and that's even if they used blood. They might have added it in post. And, like, the blood is just so gloopy, and, like, it looks so fake looking. It really does. And it does not work for me at all, unfortunately. It just doesn't look very good. And it's a sad ending for Strom, but, like, at least we're finally moving on, right? Wrong. Overall, the movie's not great. It really isn't. It's not very good. It's kind of boring. I honestly just wish I stopped after 3, but for science. I'm going to go ahead and give Saw 5 a B-. As you can see, they're getting worse as we go. Hopefully, number 7 and Jigsaw will be better. I'm talking about number 6 tomorrow. I've already watched it, so I'm going to go ahead and film that right now. But thank you guys so much for watching. Please consider subscribing. It's a huge help. Whoever subscribes, I'll love you forever. I think that's a fair deal. In the future, I'm thinking about doing some kind of sweepstakes where, like, I send them my favorite movie and they get to watch it. But, like, I don't know. I have to figure out how sweepstakes work and how, like, because I can't tell everyone who subscribes. I don't have the power to see that. But if any of you guys have any knowledge on how that might work, drop it in the comments below. Let me know what you guys thought of Saw 5 in the comments below as well. I love reading them and responding. I love responding to comments. And thank you guys so much for watching once again. And always remember to keep watching movies and television. Stay educated, and I'll see you guys in the next video.